Hey guys, it's Kelly and welcome to Vlogmas. It is Monday, December 20th. I skipped the weekend again. Saturday, let's just roll into it. Saturday, I didn't record because I had a migraine like all day. Also, my dad came up and we did a couple of things, and being in the back seat of his truck, I don't know what it is about this new truck. I don't get nauseous and sick whenever we're in like the Houston area, but up here, because of like the hills and like winding roads in some areas, I get so sick and nauseous in his truck. And I'm not normally a person that feels that way, but I'm also not normally in the back seat of any vehicle, like on an average day. So maybe I just get car sick nowadays. I don't really know. Doesn't really matter. Anyways, so I didn't record on Saturday because I felt absolutely horrendous. And then yesterday I was going to like vlog, and I had started doing that on my phone and like recording some clips, but there was also some long time periods where I either wasn't really doing anything or I was doing something that it was kind of hard to record about. So I didn't end up editing that and posting it. So I just figured, because then also it just got so late. So I just figured I would do what I did last weekend and combined the weekend days, which that's fine. It's fine. It's my channel. I can do what I want. So let's go ahead and do oil of the day. I've got 3 really good ones for you. The first one that I'm going to talk about is Northern Lights Black Spruce. Oh, this is a single oil. It's not a blend. It just smells so nice. It smells like a black spruce. It's a deep, deep, deep foresty. I don't want to say Christmas tree because that's a very distinct smell. But if you add this with the next one that I'm going to talk about and vanilla, you get kind of that Christmassy tree vibe, but it smells like you're deep, deep, deep in like a forest and possibly a tree just fell over or was chopped down. That's what it smells like. If you've ever been in that situation, I'm sure some people have. So let me just read about it. The Lakota Indians use black spruce to strengthen their ability to communicate with the Great Spirit. Traditionally, it was believed to possess the frequency of prosperity. It's anti-spasmodic, anti-parasitic, antiseptic, anti-inflammatory, hormone-like, cortisone-like, immune stimulant, and an anti-diabetic. So you can use it for arthritis, rheumatism, fungal infections like candida, sinus and respiratory infections, sciatica, lumbago. Really, really good. It says that the fragrance influence releases emotional blocks for bringing about feeling balanced and grounding, which any of them a lot of these oils, especially the singles, can produce that grounding, which if you remember, I talked about grounding last week. The actual like fragrance, but also grounding by going into nature and like putting your feet actually in the dirt yourself. And a lot of them can give you that because they come from nature, but especially the ones that are from trees and certain types of plants will give you that more. The next one that we're going to talk about for Sunday is Christmas Spirit. This one is a blend. It's orange, cinnamon bark, and black spruce. So the best way that I can describe this, especially if you add a little bit of vanilla, or cassia, which I remember we talked about one of the very first days of the month. Cassia is cinnamon bark like, but it's a little bit sweeter. So if you sweeten this up a little bit, either with cassia or vanilla or both, it smells like, you know, those punch it, or there, I mean, I don't think you drink them, but those home fragrance blends that people like cook on the oven stove with like cranberries and orange slices and cinnamon bark, or holiday times at the mall, which I guess you have to be older and like remember what a mall is, because those are quickly dying, I think. Not dying, but like people don't go to them as much. And I don't know how much they do the little carts anymore, but the little carts that used to be in the middle of the mall, at Christmas time, there was always one that sold wreaths that had like the cranberries and the oranges and the stuff, and it smells just like that. So it's a fabulous smell. What is happening? So let me just read about it. It says Christmas Spirit is a purifying blend of evergreen citrus and spice, reminiscent of winter holidays, and brings joy, peace, happiness, and security. And yeah, it's orange, cinnamon bark, and black spruce. So it does say that it could possibly cause sun/skin sensitivity. So if you were to like put this on yourself, and it's because of the orange. If you and the cinnamon bark, because cinnamon bark can be aggressive. If you were to like put this on yourself as some type of perfume for Christmas or something, don't go stand out in the sun, or very much dilute it with like coconut oil or jojoba or something. The next one is not in my book because it's a newer blend, but they actually have made, so this is today's oil, they have made Winter Nights into like hand soaps and stuff. I have to open up the label to read what's on it because I did not already pull it up on my phone. I know, terrible. Northern Lights black spruce, cedarwood, orange, and peppermint. So it smells woodsy, it smells a little pepperminty, and there's that kick of orange in there. This one smells more like Christmas trees with a little bit of mint. I don't get the orange as much, but you could add orange. You could also add cinnamon bark, and that would make it smell even more like Christmas trees, like at home, not Christmas trees in nature, but it very much does smell like Christmas trees in nature with like an after kick of peppermint. But yeah, this one, it smells like Christmas. So it smells like Christmas. It's called Winter Nights. It is a blend that is available, and you can also get it in hand soap. So that's the 3 oils to catch up. Okay, so since I am recording this super early in the morning, I haven't stitched today. And I didn't get a whole lot done this weekend because whenever I have a migraine, I'm not going to sit and stitch, especially on fabric that is crystalled. So I did get some done on family photo yesterday, Sunday. I need to finish these little gold stitches right here, but I decided to change it up a little bit. So the frame, so there's little corner pieces, like it's in a old school like photo album, like the little corner stickers to tack down the photo. The border is supposed to be white, and I know why, because well, ooh, maybe not everybody has seen this. Do I have one close by? I don't know where I had to put it. Stella keeps on stealing one of my family, like an old family photo, and biting on it. Anyways, family photos, or not family photos, but just photos in general, back in like the 50s, 60s, and 70s. I mean, aside from Polaroids, okay, because they have like the thicker bottom. Normal photos back in the day had white lines around them. They had little borders around them. Yeah, I can't, I have a ton sitting right next to me, but it's not easy to get to right now. But because they are snowmen, I wanted to break that up. So I know why it was white on the bottom. It's to look like old family portraits, like old ones tacked down, old school style, in like this sticky, like you peel the film back and put the photos in. If you know what I'm talking about, then I don't sound like a crazy person. But I wanted to break that up because they were snowmen and it just all ran together, like all the white. So I wanted to break that up with gold and make them look more like they're in a frame rather than in a scrapbook. Does that make more sense? Anyways, this is how far I am. So I was trying to like kind of color complete the background with the darker greenish blue. But then I was like, I just started just the bottom to see how wide this was going to go. And so anyways, then I was like, oh, let me start filling in the snowmen. So I really, really, really like them. I think it's so cute. But this one is taking a long time. Also, you know, like I said, it doesn't help whenever you don't feel good and you don't want to stitch. So I did a little bit of stitching yesterday and I was going to do more than what I did, but I really, really, really needed to quilt this baby quilt. So I quilted the baby quilt. It's not perfect. I just did like a tack down quilting. So I basically basted the edge. Let's see. His baby room is space themed, and this actually glows in the dark. So it's just a solar system. Pluto is on there. Little Pluto. So what I did was in some of like the bigger stars, so I sewed around the entire edge, and then I tacked down certain stars, like some of the bigger stars randomly, like I tacked down this one. So there's just like some random tacking down, and then I put the binding on. So I did that, and then I also started my puffs. So I had some muslin left over from a different project, so I made some 4.5 by 4.5 squares to just start my puffs. And I've made it through 4 of the fabrics, but I cut off 3 of them. So with doing one side of the puff. So I'm chain piecing the puffs. And so every couple of fabrics, I was gonna do 4, but I guess really like 3, and then 4 will start the next like round or whatever. But anyways, so you go through and you you start it together. So my squares, my colored squares are 5 by 5s. My bottom squares, the back of the puff, are 4.5 by 4.5. So you start it lined up, you stitch about this far, and then you place the bottom of this one on the bottom of the smaller square, and then you pleat it, right? And so then to make the puff, you do the same thing. So then I'll turn them this way and they'll go through the machine like this, and you go a little ways, and then you do the same thing. You pleat it in the middle, and then you make your third pleat eventually by doing it like this. So then you have all these pleats, and then you have this pocket where you put your little puff, but then it's already tacked down, and all you have to do whenever I say that like it's gonna be easy, that's like probably one of the hardest parts of it. But then your puff is already like ready to be pleated the last time, and then you're left with this puffy pleated pocket full of stuffing. So anyways, every couple of colors of fabric, I'm going to like do the next line, so that way I can make like complete some pockets, because it's gonna take me a hot minute. So I started the gold ones with the flowers and the cactus. So I started those guys, and I started the little arrows. Now, these ones, I kept them the direction that they're supposed to go, because on a puff quilt, I'll be annoyed if it's upside down. But the ones that can kind of go any direction, I turned them. So this is a directional fabric, depending on what direction you want to do it. But since it's just arrows and little stars, I did 2, because I have 8 of these. I did 2 going this way, 2 going this way, 2 going this way, and 2 going that way. So that way I turn them and their puff will be up. So whenever you assemble this in the long run and attach all your puffs together, all of the open sides have to be the same direction. So basically, I'm choosing the direction of my puff now, because as I go through and I unchain these to sew the next, like to continue puff construction, I'm gonna stack them all with the currently sewed side, so that way I just have to put them on the machine like this and they're already ready to go. So and I'm gonna work my way around like this, and I know what direction the puff is that I want it to go. So I did that on purpose. So the ones that are so there's like random directional, which is one that I'm working on right now, which it doesn't matter if I turned it anyway, it's non-directional. There's this kind that is directional that I want upright, because it has an actual item on it that does not make sense to not be upright. But this type of directional would look cute in all different directions. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? And then the last one on this chain, because obviously I can't take the last chain that's on there off because it's part of the chain, is this one. And so I faced them. I only had 4 pieces of this fabric, and so I faced one in each direction. So you have one where they face that way, and then so that way these will be all varied, which I think will look really cute. And there's a couple that are like this, and then there's some that are like just lines, like matchstick type lines going downwards. I haven't decided if I want all of those to go one direction or not, because it's lines. I might want them to go all one direction. I try whenever I have like lines or like stripy fabric to mix and match the directions, and then I always kind of end up regretting that. So I think I'm not going to do that this time. But anyways, I started my puff pockets and I'm really excited about it. So that's what I did this weekend. Semi-productive and then not productive at all one day. And we'll see what today brings. But I will see y'all tomorrow. I hope that y'all have a fantastic Monday. It's the start of the Christmas week. So have a fantastic Monday. I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye, guys.